Tonight, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. Joe Burrow and the Tennessee Titans taking on Deshaun Watson and the Indianapolis Colts.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the Colts are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Leading the charge will be their quarterback. Always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch, because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that that carries over to this week as well.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
On 1st and 10, Watson. That completes it again to Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Here's 2nd and 10. A handoff for ETN. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense, and he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
That's caught by Galladay. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here pulled in by Galladay. For Galladay, you take a look at the numbers from last week. 3 catches, 52 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Shoves him aside. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now Burrow. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow swings this out for Hunt. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They want...
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Mike Williams.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Returning it, John Ross.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Eluding the pressure right.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Here's Ward to return.
We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and it'll be Titan football.
Tennessee offense set to go again.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. The Titans set and ready to go on offense.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. It's Burrow. He'll get this one to Galladay. fighting his way through contact. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now it's Burrow. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Colts to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now a first down throw. Watson being chased out left. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one. Out. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Here's Watson. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
He'll live to fight another down, right?
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Travis Etienne, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, trying to make him. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go. Right 80.
Another try after the first down sack. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Burrow. And he'll find Golladay. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Kareem Hunt, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is down to 4. So the drive there took 6 plays, and Kareem Hunt the one to finish it off as he did so with a touchdown run. And now here's Ross. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Now Watson looking for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Third and long, it's Watson going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. Jalen Hurts, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Tua Tagovailoa leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were winners in their ball game as they beat the visiting Washington football team. Joe Mixon, well over 100 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who was the star of the first half. His guys have the lead on the road as we get you back up to Nashville and say hello once again to Brandon Gaudin.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. But the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
From the 31, Watson flush to his right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 118 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, a run with Etienne. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his own.
Here we go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Solomon Thomas able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now here's Ross. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2nd and 6.
Watson now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Boswell for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On first down, Hunt. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They run again with Hunt. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chunking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. To the right and complete to Galladay. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed a pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll run with ETN.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing on third down, Watson. That's complete to John Ross. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Colts are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Titans now just about ready to take over. Now that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player.
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Etienne is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will extend this big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. From the 30 on 2nd down. Burrow. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. After the interception, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. Forced out to his left. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Watson on 1st down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 153 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap the...
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play there for Indy. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your...
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
See how they handle the waning moments of this one. Burrow's throw pulled in by Tate. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw going into the hands of Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Colts, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Nashville, good night, everybody.